Thanks.
Thank you. First, James, just wanted to ask in terms of like, right now, I know you don't have a pick in the draft. Is that something that you're looking to try to do as far as, maybe a trade to get you a draft pick? How are you approaching the draft at this exact point when you don't have a pick? Are you looking to get a pick?
You know me. I explore all options. So if that's an opportunity, if there's an opportunity for us to get back in the draft, we will. We're going to use all the avenues to improve. Whether it's the draft, free agency, summer league, you name it, we'll be looking at it.
Just a quick follow. This is a two-parter. One, how did you feel about Deandre Ayton's season this year? And two, obviously with him being a restricted free agent, you can match his offer. How important is it for you guys in terms of him as far as your future?
I mean, Deandre had a great season, a really productive season. I think across the board, you look at what he did, he improved. And, that's a testament to him and the hard work. And, that's what you expect from a player of his caliber. As far as like free agency and those things, we'll address them at the proper time. That's a time that happens in July, the end of June. But we want to continue to keep our consistency, our continuity, and keep the guys that we have and continue to help those guys improve upon the things that we did this year. The season didn't end the way we wanted it to, but I think with a lot of internal improvement, we can progress forward.
We're going to go to Kellen Olson, followed by Mark McClune.
Hey, champ, with the way the Dallas series ended and just losing 4 or 5 to end like that, what do you attribute the series loss to the most when you look back on it?
They played better. They made shots we didn't. Not taking anything away from our players, but they performed better. I thought it was balanced back and forth. Both teams played well at home. We got to Game 7, and we just couldn't. We couldn't get it done. But they did a lot of good things that teams do. Try to take you away from your strengths. They switched pick and roll on Chris. They tried to trap Devin. They forced us to, they forced us out of our comfort zone. And for half the games we responded, the other half we didn't. But you have to take your hats off to them. They beat us, and they were just a better team.
Depth was a huge strength for you guys all regular season, but it came up short in the postseason. It just seemed like the number of contributions you guys normally were getting weren't there. Does it change your thought process at all when it comes to constructing a roster with the way that unfolded in the postseason, or does it remain the same for you where you want to encourage depth?
No, I mean, you have to improve. So let's be real. We had a tremendous season. I said this yesterday, the season, the way it ended was disappointing, but the season was not a disappointment. Our team was a really good team. We just didn't have that same level of success in the playoffs. And so I'm not going to change what we do. I'm not going to change my approach to team building, which is to create and construct a team that has a ton of depth, a ton of skill, and great chemistry. We just need to be better. And I think after a summer where our guys improve, we will be.
Next up is Mark McClune, followed by Gerald Brigade.
Hey, James, thanks for all the time this year.
Yeah, anytime.
Hey, regarding just specifically Game 7, what was your reaction to the way the team came out? And can you put your finger on why we had that sort of an outcome in the biggest game of the year?
I mean, we were flat. We came out flat. Offensively, we struggled, and they made shots. And I thought after that, it became a grind, an uphill battle to recapture some of our momentum, some of our flow, some of our confidence. And they continued to make shots. They had huge contributions from Luka and Spencer Dinwiddie. And I just think our offense, we struggled, and our offense failed us in the first half. We scored 17 points in the first quarter and 10 in the second. I don't think you can win many games when you have that type of offensive output.
And then specifically regarding DeAndre and Monty, with the two of them seeming to have some sort of spat, on the sidelines here that game, do you have to get the two of them into a room here in the offseason and patch things up?
Nah, man, I don't know. No, we're a team. We have conversations, internal dialogue and discussion all the time. I think Monty addressed it. you know, it's one of those things when you're playing an emotional game at an emotional point. It's a game of emotion and feelings. So sometimes your feelings get hurt, and you process and you move on from it. But you know, we're adults. You know, we're teammates. We're grown men. You know, those things you handle and you move on and improve from it.
Next up is Gerald Brigay, followed by Cameron Cox.
Hey, James, thanks for taking the time. You mentioned the continuity and wanting to keep this group together. How do potential Supermax extensions for Devin Booker and then a potential rookie scale extension for Cam Johnson kind of factor into your thinking there?
Like that's, you know, that's a part of the business. As your team improves, typically your payroll increases. You know, we're not here to, you know, we're focused on improving the team, and you know, those guys they deserve the credit. They deserve the accolades and the financial rewards that come with being good players and productive players. So it doesn't preclude us from doing anything. We're not talking about luxury tax issues or avoiding those things. Like, that's not something that's going to prevent us from continuing to build this team and keep this team together.
And then on a related note, in terms of your kind of trade deadline strategy, I know that continuity and that depth was a big part of it. Were there any other discussions that you had? I know there were reports about Eric Gordon and things of that nature. When you looked at the way the Mavs series unfolded, was there anything that you regret from the trade deadline, or was continuity the main focus there?
No, I mean, I go into it. I go into those deadlines. I go into the summer with the same mentality. Explore everything that will help us improve and find out the things that are real and the things that are actionable, and balance whether or not it can be done and whether or not it can help us. And so I'm not like revisiting what we did. We made moves that we thought helped increase our depth. It did. Those are practical moves. The theoretical moves, I can't allow myself to think about whether or not something that potentially could have happened would have had an effect or would have changed it. You just don't know. You roll with what you have. You put the best squad together, and you go out there and you try to make it happen.
Next is Cameron Cox, and then we'll go back to Dwayne Rankin.
Hey, James, as always, thanks for the time all year, buddy. When it comes to Chris and his future, what do you see with him moving forward? And how do you get him more help at times, I guess, to take the load off of during the regular season to make sure he's healthy for the playoff stretch?
I mean, well, Chris will come back and he'll improve. You know, he always finds a way after struggles to come back better. But then, you know, our guys as a team, it's a team game. And there are opportunities every year, stretches in the season for guys to take a bigger role, a bigger load, carry a bigger load, manage a bigger load. And I thought we did that well during the regular season, not so well in the postseason. And so I think our guys will just have to step up and give a little bit more when it's needed.
We'll go back to Dwayne Rankin.
Thank you. Yes, James, with the Sarver investigation and then the results that's obviously coming, how does that impact at all what you guys do moving forward? Because, you know, regardless of what happens, how does that affect how you guys will proceed as far as a franchise?
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't change what we're doing on the basketball court. It doesn't change what we're doing in basketball operations. You know, our job as execs and coaches and players is to assemble, build, and lead a team to accomplish a goal of winning basketball games. So that part of the job doesn't change.
All right. Thank you for the time, James.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.